In this video, we're going to look at addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of complex numbers. Now, we've already looked at some of these in number 1, but just to introduce the rules here. Addition, we add the reals, we add the imaginaries. Just line them up like this. 2 and 3 is 5, and 3 minus 1 is 2, so 5 plus 2i. What about 2 plus 3i minus 3 minus I? Well, the signs are going to change here, so we're going to get a minus 3, and we're going to get a plus I, like a minus 1 in front of the bracket. So we're going to get minus 1 plus 4i. So you shouldn't need to practice too many of these to understand the rules for addition and subtraction. So that just really is taken as a given that you'd be able to do this. So let's look at multiplication again, which we introduced in video 1. 2 plus 3i by 3 minus I. We'll use the same numbers. Same as junior cert, expanding brackets. 2 by 3 is 6. 2 by minus I is minus 2i. 3 by 3i is plus 9i. And 3i by minus I is minus 3i squared. And if you've looked at number 1, you'll know that this minus 3i squared, I squared, is equal to minus 1. So minus 3i squared becomes plus 3. So we get 6 plus 3, which is 9. And we get 9i minus 2i, which is plus 7i. This is your answer. So what about division of complex numbers? So this is where we just have to remember a rule. So 2 plus 3i, we'll use the same ones, divided by 3 minus I. We multiply what's called, and we introduced it in number 2, of z, and we have the conjugate of z, and we multiply here by the conjugate, and you'll see why now when we multiply the brackets. It's like the difference of 2 squares from junior cert. So the conjugate of a complex number is where we just change the sign of the imaginary part. The minus becomes a plus. And this creates a difference of 2 squares type question where the i's will disappear because we don't want an I on the bottom. So let's multiply the top. 2 plus 3i by 3 plus I. We're going to get 2 by 3, which is 6. 2 by I is 2 plus 2i. 3i by 3 is plus 9i. And then we have plus 3i squared. And then on the bottom, we're going to have 9 plus 3i. And you don't need to write these middle two terms from now on. You know that they're going to cancel. Plus 3i minus 3i. And we're going to get minus I squared. So on top, we're going to have 6 and the minus 3. So 6 minus 3 is 3. 2 and 9, 11i. And we're going to divide that by 9 plus 1. This becomes plus 1. So we get 3 plus 11i over 10. Now the way we write these complex numbers, we always write them in 2 parts. So this is 3 over 10 plus 11i over 10. So I'll give you a couple of these to practice now. Pause the video and practice these 4 questions. Now let's look at the solutions. So the first multiply, we're going to have 6 minus 4i plus 9i minus 6i squared. So it's going to give me 6 plus 6, which is 12, and 9 take away 4, which is plus 5i. 4 by 3 is 12. 4 by minus I. 3 by plus I minus I squared. So we're going to have 12 plus 1, which is 13, and minus 4 plus 3, which is minus 1. Going to multiply by the conjugate. 2 minus I. 2 minus I, so we're multiplying by 1. So 5 by 2 is 10. Minus 5 by I. Plus 4 by 2i. And plus 4 by minus I. Minus 4i squared. And on the bottom, you're going to have 4 minus I squared. So we're going to get on top 10 plus 4. This is giving me plus 4. So we're going to have 14 plus 3i divided by 5, which is equal to 14 over 5 plus 3i over 5. This one, we're going to multiply by 1 minus I over 1 minus I. So we're going to get 6 minus 6i minus 3i plus 3i squared over, we're going to get 1 minus I squared, or 1 minus I plus I, which will cancel, minus I squared. So we're going to get 6, this is minus 3, so 6 minus 3 is 3, minus 6 minus 3 is minus 9i, over 1 plus 1, which is 3 over 2 minus 9i. over 2. Nice easy video this, just multiply, divide, add, subtract complex numbers.